What's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome back to some more Vicky 3 as Peru-Bolivia. Soon to be Peru-Bolivia. We are in a lot of debt, mostly because construction goods are expensive here. Iron is crushing us. But I'm hoping to fix our problems related to this, right? We are a level 5 law enforcement, level 5 colonial affairs. I also am incorporating a bunch of new lands here, which will provide us some tax benefits. So hopefully we can get this kind of on track here if we're lucky. Keeping an eye on our tax situation. Yeah, that's not getting us much here. But I think we'll be fine. As we pay back our taxes and things, let's go ahead and start cutting government wages just preemptively here. Just to kind of slow the bleeding here. I know we're going to be losing our progress on some of the stuff here. Especially the unification, but now that we've taken North Peru, I think we can take our time getting that done. I don't think it's as pressing. I was trying to do it without keeping my subjects in a state of rebellion, but I think we'll be fine here. Atmospheric engine pump's going to be big for us. This also does mean I need to get this coal mine to go way up in priority here. So let's start importing coal from the British. Same with clippers. We should have a shipyard, I think. Did I throw one of those in queue, or are we missing out on that the entire time? We have one in Antigofista. They are not staffed. Apparently we are poor on the wood supplies. I want to do softwood for everybody, and there's this one region we had that had good hardwood production. We're not building any fucking hardwood in that region. Okay. Sulfur mines in Lima is interesting. Lorenco, you're going to go focused hardwood here. Let's get African hardwood. It works for me. Our export route and import routes are inactive. Because we don't have the hardwood. Oh, we're still getting the port in Lorenco. Is why. Faith knows no borders. Ecuador relations. Let's get the intelligentsia approval. I'm still imagining a world where we take Ecuador. We have a defiant and aloof subject. You do like me, and you are very loyal. You are defiant. Why? You have attitude score plus 54. Okay. Some things are just beyond my understanding, I guess. Hudson Bay against the Iron Confederacy. So iron's still going to be a huge cost for us. I think I do want to... We have a steel mill in queue, right? Let's get that steel mill up above the glassworks. We were looking at this earlier, before everything went to shit in the last episode. I think if I take you and bump you up to steel tooling, we'll have a shortage of steel, but the iron shortage will help itself out here. We can get some steel from the British market to help us a little bit. And our iron sources we can get elsewhere. Also, they want to destroy the British Empire. I think this is the right option here. Losing the relations is just not good for us at all. 35% chance of them accepting our things. They did not. Let's get our interest up in the north again. We're keeping an eye on Transvaal still. I can probably just beat Transvaal off the back here. Still 12 infamy. I still want to make sure we don't go above 25. I think that's ideal for us. Port and Lorenco will be done. Then we get our coal mines. And we should be off and kicking, hopefully, here, once we get them their isolation fixed. Lima is now... Was I running this in Lima? I was, but I think we need to get that port working, right? Port is working. They're still not making enough people to supply Lima here. Potosi doesn't have access to the port, and neither does Bolivian Pastaza, where we have our one coal mine. We did just lose a bunch of gold fields, so let's make sure those are queued up. I feel like the Age of Cadillac might pop regardless of what I do here. Need to get the armed forces out of government, and that's not looking super possible. Gotta remember to go for religious schools. Could make it better. Let's just go for religious schools right now. Progress is progress. Even if it's not the most optimal. All right, we're at rank 42 with our prestige. They got a rivalry and alliance. Let's rival both of you. I feel like if I'm going to jump one of you in rank, I'm going to jump both of you in rank. They're higher ranked than us, which is insulting. Here comes coal mines. Importantly, might want to actually pick you up a little bit here. We're actually missing out a lot by not having that handled. 8 months to incorporate these states. Apparently 19 years for these guys. Holy shit. It's not our homeland. Colonies are colonizing. Should be at least. Yes. High tensions. Don't care about those. Elections would help us here if I can get anyone to support this. I will improve our relationship with Brazil. We are rival, which means it doesn't really just kind of a drop in the bucket, but it's still not terrible, right? Maybe I grant them investment rights. Let's do it. At this point, I need people to help build up my nation. We have access to Lerncomanco, which again means it's going to be a lot of profit. All right, this war has to happen right now. They're starting to trend up in cost here. I want to go right below this tick here. We're at 25 exactly. Risky maneuver, but I'm going to call over everybody from the Andes. Construction 2, that's a good investment. That's a better investment, I think, what we had in the past, right? So we have colonial office, which is good, and then construction is going to just make us better at building, which will help us build stuff up faster. Got to remember that we can't go full... Our end goal here is to become communist, right? Meaning I can't go full, like a... What's the word? I can't think of it. Capitalist. I gotta draw the line there. Our interest is now going to start out climbing what our other costs are, which is concerning. Should be fine to get there in time for the war. If you would just be a little bit faster to get there. Thank you. Our manpower advantage there should make us win that easy. Where is our navy? So our station in the Andes are just chilling. Oh, that's the fleet. You're in Zanj, okay. So that will be our next attack. This is just kind of an easy land to take that is valuable. It helps when you're these small nations to have that easy expansion. A third of our population are radicals. That's so bad. All right, we're getting our steel. Now I think, and I'm pretty sure here, that this will mean the bankroll helps, GB. Appreciate you. But we get access to Transvaal. Could incorporate you. I don't think I will. They have an arms industry, so that fixes our arms industry problem. We're going to get iron mines. I do want to now reset production in Transvaal. This is a very valuable state to hold. The iron in particular is going to be very good for us. So we'll throw just 2 of those in queue now. It'll be down there in case I need it. The steel mill is more important to me, as is getting access to some kind of silk production. Steel we were about to fix ourselves. What else is very expensive in our market here? Don't need those import routes anymore. Right, and here comes our national movements for the Nguni. Want to get our debt paid off a little bit. The bankroll helps. In fact, I think it's a 9K bankroll. 5K bankroll. South Peru puppet helps, and the war reparations. Okay. Let's get some activism loss from the Nguni. That's going to be a very bad war. Okay, we need to actually get a handle on that. I can't afford to have them revolt. Not when they're going to take the whole state. They would lose a troop. But let's get our just taxes down here. Government's still unacceptable. If I kick out the petite bourgeoisie, it would be fine. So let's do just that. I want loyalists here. Not a good role for us, but oh well. Got loyalists, okay. Mortality per turmoil. We max our investment out. Construction level 3 is great. Let's put a colony going in Northern Cape. Road to schools. Bam, it's a new source of investment for us. Here comes the gold mines and the other things. You are no longer valuable. You are no longer valuable. This is the officer pops in Transvaal. Ditch anything that does not provide us with value. It's going to require us to get, I think, sulfur mines. We have to ever build that lead mine. We did not. We just put one in Lima. The glass works in here. We can turn off leaded glass for now, but once that's done, we'll go for the other one. Save the foods industry for a little bit. Felipe salary becomes employed, but we get better approval from the armed forces. He is a... I like some kind of Democrat. Let's start getting a movement for that. Landowners join the anti-Chilean society. Sounds good to me. Chile can kick rocks. My newest rival. Yeah, I think we take the Zulu lands here. 6 infamy is nothing. Want you over here. This guy's going to get a general, and you're going to be the South African Corps. There we go. Typos included. Mobilization, let's make sure we're paying everybody everything. Oops. Did just ruin the org of a very large army. Navy, bring one over here. You're not going to get there in time. Alright, we now have railroads. Good. So, at times like this, I think it's going to be better for us if we can go, like, almost all the way to central banking. Knock out some of those ones. Actually, water tube boiler right now for the better mine output. Then I think we hit up mechanized. And at that point, I want to circle back over here and hit up banking, egalitarians. We don't have it in quinine. Probably do quinine before this, though. Because we are getting ourselves positioned to do any kind of market expansion in the region. Could generate another 6k in income here. Successionist bombings, okay, whatever. Cadeoism is going to spread. It just takes so long to get there. Be smart. 13 days. My other army teleport. That's so shit, man. So garbage to have that teleportation shit happen. Like, it's one thing, like, we just lost, how long is that? 6 weeks of movement lost because of that stuff. Oh, now he's gonna actually have a navy here. It's an irregular navy, so we probably still do win it. But just, that's insane. Alright, give me Zululand, thank you. Please and thank you. Reset production in this state. Vilcomen and all that jazz. There goes some gold, meaning we're going to lose a little bit more money. Throw more of them in the queue. I think these will be more valuable. Military shipyard can go down. I don't think it's going to be better than the gold. Gold is still value. And a lot of it. Alright, orange should be next if we can kick out Great Britain there. Our interest now is costing us more than we actually care about. Embargo Chile, we'll look at it. We'll do it at the end of the 5 years if I remember. Right, ideally what I want to do is get something like total separation or freedom of conscience. Freedom of conscience will be fine. It will help out with the nationalist movement, which is why I want to try to go for it. Let's do it just to make them happy. Modernization support. Current guy is doing the nationalist movements will need some support. Landowners will stay in the Anti-Chilean Society. We also will do the embargo here. Keep the lobby happy. Now we just got to worry about the Catholic Church and their approval here. Inactive Chile, don't care. Did I ever queue up a shipyard? And is it fully staffed? We have 2 of them. Don't think we have a huge demand for clippers. Yeah, we have excess. Ditch that then. Ditch that too. And we should actually have our glassworks here to go to leaded glass. Studying over the draft. You won't give me any involved here, but it is a war that I need to keep an eye on. Could probably sell some buildings to help out with our costs here. No gold yet discovered in Transvaal. Expensive government goods is iron. Speaking of, I have the stuff I need to fix our railway situation domestically. Probably want those. I also probably want to get a motor industry wherever we have peasants. That makes sense, like La Paz. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, and then get the 2 gold things before. There we go. That's the queue I want. And this has a couple years left. Let's start working on getting protectorates and things. Are you defended by anybody? You are not. More protectorates is good. Let's expand in our local area. Guys in the Andes, you are in South Africa, meaning you should be part of the South African Corps. Let's get our Marines to be lived where we want them to in the Andes. Put you out here. Just have you defend here. There's no reason to get everybody involved. Hopefully you get a good roll. We didn't. Worth a try. Ecuador. Shortage of groceries. Interesting. We do have one burnt food place. You can prioritize. I don't want to be your protectorate. Worried they're going to try to subjugate us. We do want you to like us still, GB. Oh, South Peru's invading them. Okay. We'll just start pushing then. Scrap the draft. I'm feeling this is not going to succeed. Meaning this is going to just make them more malevolent. But we do now have a coast we can actually defend here. Modernization movement we do want to support. And we want this popularity up. Let our journal have syphilis. These things happen. Diplomatic Pax is going to be Plot a coup. Catholic Church coup. I don't want them to coup us. Gold rush is good. I'm gonna have you reduce your payments here. Let's try to keep our subjects in line. Conquer state. I want to subjugate, but we're not at that level. It's their living. Economic success chance works for me. Orange is still guaranteed, meaning we're not going to be attacking them anytime soon. Building up in La Paz. Our investment into education is not the best. I really do not want the loan interest rate, but we'll take the hit. Gold fields depleted means just losses in general. Garwal. I don't want to lose the authority. Anyone who is forward thinking here. We might just have Cudillo some power. You are conciliatory. Uruguay does not have a... I don't want the coup to be strength here. Theocracy. Yeah, that sounds terrible. Oh, we advanced. We will lose some armed forces approval. Market unification 2. That means they're going to start investing. Infrastructure bonuses. I like those. I say as we suffer. Transvaal definitely needs to be in the queue here. What's the private investment we're doing right now? Other regions. We are doing one law. This is a good law for us to have. Shot in the dark. Let's retreat the coup. We need to weaken the Catholics. Oh, one more lucky roll. We're gonna have a very strong armed forces, I think. Luckily, I don't care about a lot of stuff. Like, it's gonna lead us towards having a junta, but as long as we can get a good guy in charge here, I think we'll mostly be fine. Just means they are gonna oppose that movement we really want to have happen. We need to weaken the armed forces. Need to get them out of government, really. Alright, there's freedom of conscience. That's actually very good for us. Very, very good for us. If I kick you out. We need some system of governance here. That's going to help us. I still think homesteading's our best bet. Let's go homesteading. And I want to get some strong, like, Democrat or something in charge of the armed forces. So we have one of those available. It's a traditionalist. Moderate. You are a moderate. No, not good. None of those guys are good for us. Let's make sure we're subsidizing our railways. Wooden passenger cars, and we will subsidize you. Because I like having access to a bunch of stuff. Lead mines doesn't need atmospheric engine pumps, and you can all use soil enrichment. Means you probably will have a shortage of these. We can import some from the British, but we also want to throw into our queue a fertilizer plant. Throw one in La Paz. Everything gets put in La Paz. Because it's just so valuable. think we can stop the stuff in Lima. Potosi is still a little bit over. Lose some between the rural folk. They will like our movement towards this thing, regardless of what we do. Still guaranteeing these guys, huh? The gold mines definitely help. Alright, conditioning engine pump is just going to make us more profitable. Bam, right there is the one I really want to click. How is our motor industry doing? Steel's expensive. Continue Ismo. Depleted by... Cisco, we're dead now. Get rid of him. Cuba retreat. I can just throw them out of government if I get enough strength to. Actually, this can get rid of the armed forces entirely. Cool. Cadilism will go down. Not in government. Cool. They are no longer powerful. They're not in government. We need to get rid of autocracy. But things are looking better. The angry Catholic Church will slowly stop being angry. Gold discovered somewhere else. We can always stop this with a little bit resourceful maneuvering of the government. Devil's Railroad. Let's make sure we Bolivian Pistazzi. For how long? 5 years? Immortality. Our Democrat, no, he can stay powerful. Pay the government, pay the military. Let's pay off our debt before I pay anybody else. Anti-country lobby, that sounds terrible. Let us weaken the armed forces. Due process will treat. Armed force will like us a little bit more, though. Good law debate. We need to use our infamy. Where do we want to go for that, though? These guys are now pretty strong. And I can't protectorate now. We're going to protectorate Chile. Argentina will get involved. Which is fine. Expecting a fight. Let's throw in a war reps with you. Call in my wonderful ally. And your lands in the north, in like Jujay and Tucumán. I want this. And Argentinian Chaco. Give me those. If I can take more, what else is there to take? Mendoza? Or Cordoba? Throw Mendoza in the mix. You are now fearful. We just gotta hope that Peru or Brazil doesn't get involved. Do you not like these guys? You have a rivalry with everybody. We're in the region down here. We're chilling. We are quite literally just chilling. And we should have some friends coming in. I'm mainly just defend for now. I want to let the other armies get in around here before we start anything. Time is of the essence. Let's piss off landowners. Chile back down. That means we get our 2 war goals here. You're now my subject, meaning I can now do some things against these guys. Or conquer state directly if I must. But I have also some more time to improve here. We're going to reduce subject payments with you as well. No reason to have both of you hate me. Our queue is getting very close. I want to finish this law and then get rid of the queue. This is also going to finish in 1 month. Week, I should say, I think. Bam. Pacabara Cuepa. Alright, we come Peru-Bolivia. Despite the machinations of our rivals, Peru-Bolivian confederations endured for a decade. The possibility now exists for the true unification of our nation under a single rationalized government. Peru-Bolivia. So what can we do? We can now form the Federation of the Andes. If we can... What do we need? New Granada? Oh. That's cool. It's all of these guys. Including Chile, Venezuela, New Granada. So it's just kind of unifying everyone else in the north as well. I like that. That is cool. Doesn't mean we got some new states. And everyone else is actually ours. We can incorporate these new states. We should incorporate these new states. Naval additions, power of the purse. Bam, bam, bam. And that is all good for me. Viva la Confederación. There is our first goal done. We got some more stuff. Good. Throw more things into queue, and now we need to start fixing everything. Throw one in Juja, because that will probably be needed eventually. Here we go. So, trade routes. We have some that are no longer... That's just with the British alone. We're in the British market? Am I subjugated? No. We've joined their market. Oh. Well. That kind of changed things, right? Like, when did that happen? That just completely snuck by me. I was working on the idea of being independent for a bunch of stuff there, but everything else will be changed. So I want to do you and go Christian tooling here. You can stay. Yeah. Let's do half and half is fine to me. All right, we're still losing money. Now it's fine. We have land access to New Granada. Make sure we have some bargaining power with the forces in the north here. It's time to start consolidating our stuff. You no longer are guaranteeing orange. That means orange, their reverse stat is dead. They have to die. That is the rules. Our Bolivian Marines have grown in strength. Let's unify our armies here. And I just also want to make sure that in the Andes, we have enough to get us to a little bit of more strength. Let's just get a 20 stack here. It's a respectable naval size. We'll throw it in the bottom of the queue. And real quick while we're here, we just need to do a quick little thing here. Get rid of the church. Invite the church back in. But we got rid of the queue. Main thing there, I don't want the queue to happen. So verse stats, conquering you. Will our guys reach there in time? I do not know. We're not going to do theocracy. We can do National Guard. Prove with Ecuador, that sounds great. Government administration, do we have anywhere that needs the tax? Also, where do we have capacity? Let's do another 4 in Ica. Just so I can help out with some of these things. Homesteading should... It feels like it's being swayed in our direction. So we need to get up to the next rank, then we can do a lot more maneuvering here. Go to attack here. Now, are you still disloyal? You are still defiant, but that can probably change. You're on the way to becoming a solid puppet for us. These guys are still growing, mainly from hostile relations. We're working on that. That's going to take a while. There goes Peru-Bolivia. We missed the pop-up entirely for that, which is interesting. But I do want to add your gold mines to the queue, and we'll use those gold fields to great success here. We'll have to add a railway in Verstadt to our queue. Okay. It's a good place to be. I feel good about where we're at. Lagunian Nationals. This is not super terrible for us. Mainly because we have a port access to it, right? Which will just be helpful. Let's pay our military more. Let's pay our government a little bit here. I will get a loony political leader. Sure. Take control of the trade unions, my friend. More power to you. Canned fish and things. Let's split this in half. Canned fish, canned meat, and canned meat for you. Goonie politicians. Let's make sure trade unions aren't. Yeah, they're marginalized, so none of this matters to me. I don't mind decreasing your activism here. And suddenly it's gone. There we go. 2.2k. We'll let this stuff kind of go down gradually. We have some routes that are no longer active. Is there a collapse over here? No, don't know why. Sort by productivity here. Do we have access to the things to export? Not a lot. It's because we're in the British market. What am I doing? We're in the British market. None of my trade routes matter because we are in their market. What prompted that to happen? Power block customs union because of market unification. That's what did it. So it's that thing right there. So when you get that one, everyone joins your power block. Okay. Your customs union. Good. That's actually good to know. That makes that kind of a necessity. Though I guess your subjects join your market anyway. If you have like just peaceful expansion, like with the trade league, that would be very nice to have. I don't mind that at all. So we have really good stuff besides vassalization, but they're also not vassalizing me, so it's not a concern. If they went to go vassalize me, then we would have problems, but they have not done that yet. Really, it's a question of who do I attack next, because you are a minor power with 30 prestige. If we get our naval strength up, I know we had these in the queue. Potosi, we're building Santa Cruz, Verstadt and Transvaal are down there. Verstadt, and somewhere in here is, I see Transvaal. Throw that in the queue, and then I want my naval bases up here. If we get naval strength, we could actually start doing some crazy things. But we should finish that in progress railway we had first. Is this bar going up or down? I can't remember. I think it's going down. All right, that is really good for us. I want to change our laws. I want us to not be autocratic. We also have to think to do National Guard, right? Let's do National Guard first, because that's just also just a boon to us. And we can pay our government workers all their money they require. Opium tax, we should do it. I forgot how. Let's swap out a lot of our cheaper things here. There should be better options. And I want to actually support our modernization movement. And then also our liberal movement. Give me some of these other consumption taxes. You are worth enough to where I don't care. I'll keep you around. 700, actually. I think we can get rid of that now. Where's our liberal movement? It's not there. Sounds like a tobacco tax is coming back into style. Okay, and with this, I want to try to get our construction up even higher. Where do we have peasants? Let's get La Paz, and we're just going to keep maxing out La Paz and hope the throughput here is good. This is probably too much expansion, I think. I just went overboard here. Ditch 2 of them. I think we can eat the loss of 3. Remember, our goal here is to get up to that 112 so I can go for subjugation plays against people like Argentina. They are colonizing. The end goal here is to, of course, unify. Yeah, costs go up, that's fine. So we want to reduce Cadeism. 726. Let's keep an eye on this and see if it's going down. Anything? I also want to make sure we just have the money here. Brave Engineer. Death of a Railman. We'll get the interest group approval here. Landowners despise us, but they're basically outside power now. Same with the armed forces. Armed forces are in favor of better law changes, though, which says good things to us. Republican is good. I like the Republicans starting a liberal movement. But is there better options here? Land Reformer is nice. We already have that, though. Any other Democrats for influential parties? If we could do something with... Who's in our government right now? We have the Catholic Church. Can we do anything with the Catholic Church that I like? Nope. We do not. There's a well-loved liberal movement guy. I think we go for that. Start a liberal movement here. And we'll support that by cutting our tobacco taxes and supporting liberal movement. Want both of these guys to have sway. And it's time to move away from the church. So our naval power is probably going to go up. Let's keep an eye on that. So right now we're at 7 from naval power. With our 2 boats. Marines don't have a guy here. A royalist, a moderate, and an authoritarian. Let's get the moderate. We're at 6 power. 7 from the Navy. That 20 prestige, I should have taken that. That would have kicked us up. I could have done some stuff here. We are about to use all of our debt here. Shewa is pretty big. Can I get involved in a good attack here, or do I want to... Let's make a save. I want to try to attack Brazil. They're on the major power status. Attacking them would help us here. So if I go for this, 8 infamy. Great Britain says they may or may not help us here. Right? Naval strength's going to be the name of the game. They're confident. But if I do this and say, you should no longer have slavery. Funny how that works. I want to do that, and then I want to take Amazonas. I would like to take Pari. Is it, what is the Para? And we're going to wait. We're going to do both of those primary demands. Alright, so now they are disliking us from that move, but this is going to set us at a good rate for a little bit. Our subject isn't getting in a fight. We're helping our subject. Our subject should be fine against those things. All right, this will get us the prestige we need one way or the other. Oh, we are now major power status. So maybe I could have done our thing. Oh, this is also the Indian thing here. Okay. Alright, we're going to fight this war in the next episode here. I think our naval invasion shenanigans will seize the day here. We'll just take an invasion of Rio and probably get things done with that. They're split. They have to deal with what will be the might of GB, even though GB's going to be a little distracted here. It's also a large navy we have to worry about, so maybe we start with our navy here, and I want to station my Marines in this region of GB. We can probably do a lot from this side. All right, but for now, we're calls. If you enjoyed, I've been Sean, this is Lucy, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Later.